One Lexington teenager is headed to the Special Olympics World Games to represent USA Golf. The teen and his stepfather were nominated to play in the games in Germany, and they leave in less than 2 weeks for what they say is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Not bad.
Wake Mullins and his stepfather Dennis Gaines will be among more than 200 athletes representing USA in the Special Olympic World Games.
I had tears because it's a once-in-a-lifetime honor that you may not ever get.
They leave for Germany in just 12 days to play Wake's favorite sport, golf.
Tiger Woods. I seen Tiger Woods at a young age and just was intrigued by it and started playing golf on video games, and then we applied it.
Wake was nominated to part of the USA team along with 17 other golfers from across the country. He is a 9-time state champion here in Kentucky.
The best is how far he drives the ball.
He also met other criteria that landed him a spot in the World Games, playing alongside his stepdad.
And I get to play with him. It's unified golf, so it's alternate shot format.
It is an experience they say they're proud to be a part of, and one Gaines says his stepson is ready for.
I've been coaching for a long time, and I've yet to see a Special Olympic athlete hit the ball as far as he does, so it's pretty amazing.
Oh, we wish them the best of luck. Well, Wake not only plays on the Special Olympics team, he was also a member of his high school's golf team at Henry Clay, so good luck as you travel.